Hey, hi there. Welcome to our second episode. Today we're going to plant a few, we got some bulbs with some flowers from a friend. We're going to plant those and then we're going to go back to our vegetable garden and talk about a few things with you there. So let's get started. Here we have the bulbs. Now this could be split in two and make a couple separate flowers. As you can see, they're already starting to sprout. So you just some of the weeds out of the way. You just what I'm using here is I'm just using a small little shovel. Break through the soil. Now you'll want to make sure that you go deep enough that all of this is under the ground. You don't want that to stick up out of the ground very much. So, just like that there. Now you can get different kinds of flowers. Of course, some flowers are seeds, some will come with bulbs like this, and there are different varieties such as annuals. Annuals will only come up once, be around one season, and then you'll have to replant them. Now perennials, they'll come up every year, and provided that you don't dig them up or nothing, they should come up for you every year. Oops, that has to be a little bit deeper. A lot of this is trial and error. You could dig the hole a lot deeper and then place your item in there and take it back out to put dirt underneath it, or you can do what I'm doing and dig so much and keep testing it until you have the right depth. That's entirely up to you. you see what I'm doing here, I'm also taking this and just real gently getting in underneath some of these weeds and pulling them up. It usually gets them up by the roots. Alright, well that's done. Now let's get started talking about our vegetable garden. Alright, here we are back by our vegetable garden. Today I'm going to show you the seedling identification of the beets and the radishes as they have come up. We're also going to plant a little bit of lettuce here. And there's our cabbages down there we're going to go ahead and plant today. So, first things first, I want to take you over here and I want to show you what the beets and the radishes look like when they first come up. Radishes are going to look something similar when they first come up. Here we are right here with those. Now it's important to be able to identify the plants as they're first coming up, because if you're weeding your garden and you can't identify the plants when they first come up, the accidents may happen and you may end up pulling up all of your crops. So it's really important to know what you're looking for. Now last time we talked about marking our rows and using the seed packets to put on the sticks or dowel rods or whatever you chose at the end of your rows so you know what you planted there. This is another great idea. I've just taken a notebook and you can make a little rough diagram of your garden and just write down what's in each of your rows, like this here. And sometimes I'll write a little, some notes when I planted it, and then, you might want to jot down when the seeds first came up and when your first crop was, or any other kind of little notes, like if you're trying a new brand of seed or a new brand of plant to see, maybe next year, a couple years down the road, you'll be like, well, did I try that or not? And you'll have it all wrote down for yourself. So, now these we bought from the store. They were already started. They are going to be heads of cabbage whenever they mature. You can buy pre-started plants at the store, or if you have enough space, you can get the seeds early enough in the year and start them inside in your own home before you bring them outside when it's spring to go ahead and plant them. Now if you remember last time, this is where we left off with the green beans. So we can just go ahead and start planting these a little further down from where we left off with the green beans. And you just very gently push on the bottom. Pull it a little gently. You don't want to pull it real hard and separate it from its roots. And that's what it looks like. See? Sit it down in the hole, and then you take your dirt, fill in, press it down gently, now what you can do with this, if you choose to start your seeds indoors, you could just take this and reuse it, you know, some soil on your seeds, and reuse it to start your own plants. Or you can just simply put it in a recycling bin and it'll go out to be recycled and used for something else. Well, here are the lettuce seeds. Now these are one of the smaller seeds for plants that you'll find. But there they are there. So, you don't want to forget, if you haven't done it already, we have, though, is to make the trench, like we did the rows before. And then you just want to scatter these throughout here, just like this. And then once you're done scattering your seeds out, you want to go back through and cover them up. So we'll just go back down here and we'll just start gently pushing some of the dirt in over top of it. You might want to take your hands and break it up a little bit like this. Now, that's done. Now what I'm going to show you the strawberries we planted last year. Okay, so some of this is the weeds, obviously, and some of it is the strawberry plants. What I want to do is I want to try and show you a little bit about how to identify the differences here. These are the strawberry plants. Now, the strawberry plants will make shoots come out, and what you can do with those, you can take them and you can clip them off and you can plant them elsewhere. But what I've done, why there's more here and they're not in straight rows, is I just kind of gently guided them to where I wanted them, and then they'll set down roots themselves. You won't have to plant them or anything. You just put them where you want them, and then they'll start to put down roots themselves, and they'll make new plants for you. There's some of the buds already coming for the strawberries. Here's a strawberry already starting to form, actually. See that? There you go. So, you want to be careful if you plant strawberries, and make sure you don't tear up the new shoots that come out. But, you know, just as anything else, if you leave the weeds go too long, they'll take over, and then you won't have any plants. Weeding the garden, I would say, probably takes the most time out of any other of your chores with the garden. You could use, I suppose you could use chemicals to kill the weeds, but you really run the risk of, you know, killing your plants as well when you do that. So that might be something that you want to consider before you decide to go the chemical way. I personally don't like to use chemicals. I like to try to keep it as organic as possible. Another way to weed the garden in the rows is to take the hoe and go between the rows. Basically you would be using it to take the weeds, roots and all out. As I stated before though, the strawberries, when they kind of branch out, send their shoots out, they're not all in a straight row, so if you choose to do that, particularly with the strawberries, you may run into the problem of tearing out some of the newly formed shoots. Now this stuff you can leave it out in the yard, I suppose, and run it over with the mower and it'll just mulch it into your yard. Or you can put it in your composting pile if you like. That's completely up to you. I'm just leaving it here for now until I get done weeding. Something else you really want to keep an eye out for, if you're weeding by hand like I'm doing, is insects, spiders, and insects and other things like that like to live in the taller grass like this. So, I mean, if you have any allergies or you're afraid of them or whatever, that might be something that you want to consider. You can get yourself, a pretty decent pair of thick gloves as well when you're working in the garden, and use those if you like. But, well, that's entirely up to your own preference as far as that's concerned. But you can see the difference already between what I've done and what I've yet to do. The more nutrients, the more weeds you pull, the more nutrients will be available for your actual plants. Nutrients and room and water, rainwater, will be available for your plants, the better they'll do. Now, some insects are good for the garden, as like bees, they'll pollinate a lot of your plants once they start to flower. The bees would be good for pollination. Insects like ladybugs would be good for, they're kind of, territorial, I guess, and they kill other more harmful insects. Spiders also eat insects. So you don't necessarily want to get rid of all the insects in the garden. Okay, that's our gardening show for today. Please join us next time when we talk about different pest controls, more seedling identification, check the progress of our plants, we talk a little bit about watering and a lot more. Thanks for watching. Bye.